What's happening, my beautiful people? My name is Mike LaBelle. As per usual, we have another episode of Cop and Drop. We look at players, we evaluate, we talk about the foot equation, if these guys are worth picking up. And I say we because it's not just me. I've got a good friend of mine, Ivan Lapagna, who's joining us as per usual. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing fine. Thank you so much. Ready for this next episode. We had a week off, but it's now time for July cards, summer stars.
And it's good that we had the week off. If you didn't realize, last week we had playoffs. Ivan was competing. He just made it into playoffs, and I didn't want to distract him. He didn't want to be distracted, so we took that week off. But we're back to business now. And congratulations on making playoffs. We were just talking about this prior to going
Thank you so much,
live
man.
and starting to record. But it was pretty remarkable considering all the content you pushed out and just your priorities with your stream and your community. Obviously, that takes a lot of time away from being the best pro player you can be.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I was just happy to make it there. And then, as always, in FIFA, margins are small. If you get a bad start, maybe you lose a bit confidence, etc. But I mean, just to make it there for me was massive, actually.
I agree with you. I was really happy that you were able to slide in a playoff position.
Thank you, man.
If you're not subscribed, of course, to Ivan, I'm leaving everything linked down below. He's been killing the game. As per usual, we got names to go. I'm not going to hold you guys up. 17 names. Let us know what you think in the comments. Cop, drop, maybe other players or lists that you want to see us debate, because that's kind of what it's all about. We're going to take everything into consideration, but without further ado, we have Romero.
Angel Romero, yes. San Lorenzo, Paraguay. I mean, this one, hard to link, of course. I'm not sure if he has any really meta strong links. And then as well, 3-star weak foot. But if you look for an SPC player, I think the price is quite cheap, 91. It might be one of the cheapest 91s, if not the cheapest. But otherwise, for gameplay, I would not use him. So I'm gonna say overall, this time, drop, because I'm gonna have a lot of cops today. So that's why, drop.
Yeah, a lot of these players are reasonably priced. Easy drop, we can keep it moving. Romero's not going to change your output on the virtual pitch. Next up, goalkeeper, Bravo.
Yes, Claudio Bravo. I used him this week in 30 games. Actually amazing. And surprised because
Really?
Yes, I used him in 30 games.
Really?
He was really good, yeah.
I can't believe that.
I expected him to be quite poor because of the height. He's not the tallest, and this year, I mean, players or keepers, they need to have height, I feel. That's why keepers like Pope are so good. But Bravo was moving very quickly, and he's a bit like Ederson. Very quick, great feet, and very cheap as well. I mean, only 50k. That's by far the cheapest 92, and definitely viable. So I say, cop.
So this would have been a 100% drop for me just because I hate the build of Bravo. But I'll join Ivan. Why not? Because it's so subjective, and you've played 30 games with him. I feel like you have a much stronger opinion here, and I'll co-sign with you. If you've used them, I'd love to know what you think in the comments, because, and I don't know if you agree with this, Ivan. I feel that goalkeepers,
I loved him, I said.
Yeah, you loved him.
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying, like, I don't know if you agree with goalkeepers. I feel like are the most opinionated position, because it's not as simple as reading stats.
Yeah.
You can't say this guy's tall, that means he's going to be good, or he's short, he's going to be bad. Let us know what you think of Bravo. Ivan loved him, so I'm just going to go on board with him. Christensen, we're going to the Premier League.
Price, they are very cheap, these guys. But how much are you going to use him? I think the pace at this stage is a bit too low, unfortunately. I mean, even though you would say 85 is good pace, but acceleration 81 is not the highest. It could be pushed up to maximum 91, but overall, just to me, feels quite average at this stage. So I'm gonna say drop.
And sometimes the stats don't always measure up here. I'm joining you with the drop, even though he is so reasonably priced. If you need a Premier League center back, maybe this still works for you. I mean, I'm not here to sit on the fence, but it should be said. It's the 70 balance and the 70 agility, whereas lateral movement's just not very quick. And if you can't recover as fast as you would like, and you don't have the side-to-side movement, it becomes a little bit more of a problem. Maybe if he was 6'4", I would have a different opinion too. A little bit of a bigger body where he was kind of a brute. Next up, we're still staying in the defense, and Spinozzola have a great recovery or a safe recovery and get back on the actual pitch, of course, having an injury. But we're looking at his full back foot item that has been heavily upgraded.
Yes, it's a massive upgrade. A card, of course, very good, and especially if you have that, if you did Florenzi SPC, that's a perfect link. But at the same time, there are some issues with this card. First of all, it is the foot, preferred foot. He is a right-footed left back, and that's always going to be a big issue. And then as well, work rates are one of the worst in the game with medium. I hate that. Otherwise, I mean, card is overall good. It's a very good card. He has double four. He has, well, he's tall as well. Dribbling is great. Defending is great as well. But this is the main issue still, that he's a right-footed player playing left back. And for that reason, I'm gonna have to say every time, drop.
I thought you were gonna say for that reason I'm out.
Again.
And you set it up so perfectly. Spinozzola for me, I have the same problem. If you don't understand why it's so important to have a left-footed player on the left side, some of the placement, the passing, the movement, just the natural, organic, how they open up their body, what they do as a default plays a factor. Even with a good weak foot and with the skill moves, I just don't know where to play him because I don't love him as a left back. I don't think I'd prefer him as a center mid. Maybe as a center back because he is 6'1", but then he's not really the strongest player. You could say you're gonna slap a chemistry style on there. So I like him, but I don't love him, and I'm confused where I'm gonna get the most out of him. Maybe if you did a flip-flop and you had maybe a right back to play
Zambrota,
back, and
maybe
became your right back. That's what I was thinking. So I'm gonna disagree with Ivan solely if you can do the Zambrota flip. If you can't, then we agree.
Yeah.
So maybe I just did a cop and drop. I don't know what I've just done here. Next we have the SBC player with Patrick Schick.
Yes.
Who scored just a beautiful, beautiful goal. Actually, a few goals in the Euros really helped his stock without a doubt.
Talented player on the pitch. SBC as well, I mean, it's not that expensive. It's 150k, but you should not just do SBCs because they are cheap. You're gonna end up doing 10 and spending 1.5 mil without really using these cores maybe that much. Schick is a bit 50-50, you know, he has great finishing, he has the pace, double four though, it's still double four. It's a bit lackluster maybe, and then as well with this tall figure, he's 186 centimeters, what is that, the 6'2" almost, and he's not lean, and that's gonna be an issue, so that's why I'm gonna say again, drop.
I got him as a cop. I think I just like him. Maybe there's a bias, maybe it's the price point at 120 or 130,000 coins. I feel like you're getting a good opportunity here. He's gonna be unique. It might be tricky to figure out where to play him. It's also how authentic do you think the dribbling's actually going to be, because as Ivan just said, when you're 6'1" and you're not lean, and I would probably say as a general rule of thumb, I don't know if Ivan agrees with this or not, but for attacking players, it's usually someone that's 5'6" to 5'10". There are exceptions, but that's typically the range of the best attacking players, and then of course you get a lean body type even better.
Yes, I agree.
Shaqiri got a lot of upgrades. This is a serious foot item.
It is a serious one, but very serious price tag as well. Expires I think this one on Friday. 5-star skill moves he has, but he is in the game I think a bit more muscular, a bit more stocky as well. Finishing is not the highest. Reaction as well is 88. I mean, it's not bad by any means, but for this price tag, that's a lot. That's a lot for an SBC. 300,000 coins. I think to me, if this was 150k, cop. But at this price, unfortunately, drop.
I'd even go as far up as 200k and still say that that's the cop. I know a lot of people love them. I've seen him used a lot in the weekend leagues. Obviously, he has the skill moves, which helps with the body type, in my opinion. You can still unlock and be innovative in some of the spacing. I hate the medium work rates for attackers, though. I really, really strongly dislike that because they kind of drift. I don't know if you feel like that. I know you talked about how you don't like those work rates, but that's been my vibe, or what I've noticed is with the medium guys, they're all over the place sometimes. I just got a hump from Ivan.
Yeah, I was okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
Agreed.
Thank you for backing me up.
Agreed. Yes, I think that they should have work rates, attacking ones being high. I think medium always, wherever you play them, they're gonna feel a bit lazy on the pitch, like they don't really that active. The same goes on the midfield, fullbacks, strikers. Medium is one of the worst.
Phillips into the midfield, 100,000 coins. Wild.
It is very cheap. It is very cheap. But I always felt with him that the stats have been a bit fake. He had a top score as well last year who looked insane, but in the game he was just terrible. This one might be the same, even though I think this one has as well a skill moves upgrade. Stats, again, crazy stats. I mean, these items, summer stars, they are very juiced. And looking at, I mean, he's English, Premier League, I expected a bit higher price, so still, for a Prem midfielder, this is an insane price. I mean, the value is great, you might try him, if you don't like him, it is almost the cheapest possible SBC price also, so I say still, because of price, I cop, but I doubt that he's going to be that good though.
I actually liked Phillips even last year, even if you didn't like him, even with the 3-3 for the team of the season iteration. This is maybe the best value you're going to get out of the list. 100,000 coins, Premier League, easy links, stats all over the place. Even if they're slightly fraudulent in some areas, if you feel like that, I still think you're getting a good return of investment. I have him as a cop. Next to him, we'll go to a player I have a feeling we're both going to like him. I actually used him this past weekend league. Really enjoyed him, so I'm putting a bias out there. You got your boy DUMfries, or as Yvonne likes to say, DUMfries, because he's cooking. Chef DUMfries in the kitchen.
Denzel, is it Washington? No, it's DUMfries. What we're gonna say about this one? It's insane, actually. I mean, if this is Kleiber 3.0, if you like Kleiber, you're gonna love Denzel. And you can also play in center back without any issues. I think actually his best position is center back. I mean, it's crazy. 98 pace, also with 99 physicality, 95 stand tackle. I mean, overall, these stats are just elite, and also as well some good dribbling. So, well, at this price, and also as well if you did Götze, SPC Götze, strong link. Otherwise, might be a bit hard to link unless you have maybe some Dutch icons, and there are plenty. But I mean, insane card, great price, cop.
It's worth adjusting, even moving your squad around, because I used him this last weekend, and I played him as a fullback as well. I didn't even move him to a center back just because I felt, well, why don't we test him? Because one of the issues is DUMfries has always been kind of suspect going forward. No, this guy can do it. He felt good moving side to side, passing. He's the most physical player in the game at 70,000 coins. This is a cop. There's not much more to say. We have Laporte. Back to the Premier League. We've had a nationality change.
Yes. Spanish now, but the card is very good still. I mean, the height is good as well. He is 189 centimeters. He has 96 defending, 99 strength, and he is, I believe, the quickest Premier League center back, unless you maybe did that. Was it Flashback Gomez? Should be around the same. Some good link ups as well. I mean, it is City, it is Spain. You can do hybrids, etc. I think this one, even though it's maybe a bit expensive, is still a really good card. So I'm gonna say cop.
I've been on the fence with Laporte because I haven't been able to relate to him that well this year. He's not been somebody that's made it into teams, or I haven't been that impressed when I've used him. So I've kind of been like, under 300,000 coins for a 95 center back with 93 sprint speed with easy links. That's tough. You kind of gotta take that.
Yeah.
And a pretty big body type. So I'm still gonna put him as a cop, even though he's not my favorite player. We got Locatelli and the Italians who are in the finals for the Euros.
Locatelli. This one as well, I mean, again, looking at the prices, and overall the prices for this promo is really cheap. Locatelli 95 rating, almost in that ninja gang as well, only 89 shooting, but as well also +1 start to skill moves, so he can now do croqueta as well. I mean, the card is really insane, and only 1,000 coins is crazy. If you have serial team, he should be in there for sure. He should be in there 100%. It's a cop.
I used him this past weekend as well. Absolute cop. What you're getting from a statistical allocation is unbelievable. You could just play him anywhere. He's pretty much a utility guy. Not the best goal scorer. That'd probably be my only disclaimer if you get a 1v1 with him.
8 finishing,
far from automatic. Yeah, its finishing's low, and also he has a 3-star weak foot. So we have Isak. Oh yeah. This one is, I think, in this promo, the biggest cop. I might be biased, but I tried him out this week, and I think it was in 32 games or something, almost 50 goals in champs, pretty much. Raul's champs, and he was just everywhere. He has the heading excellence, he has the pace, he has great passing, dribbling is also smooth. Despite this height, he is very lean, so he still moves in a very nice way, and I understand that he's a bit hard to link. But if you can link him up even on 8 chemistry, this is a massive cop. He is a brute. Amazing player. I couldn't agree more. I've been on the Isak vibe since his, I think it was his 86, so a much earlier iteration. Really enjoy using him. He does have this unorthodox, unusual, sometimes unbelievable in terms of some of the movement that you're getting with Isak, just comparatively to other players, because he kind of breaks all the rules.
Yeah.
I mean, he's 6'4", he's massive, he has a 5-star weak foot, he's strong. Even his passing, which isn't necessarily supposed to be great or fantastic, it still works for me. I've never had issues with his passing. How do you not do this for 100,000 coins? Figure out something. But we'll keep it moving. Easy cop, no debating. Now, this next guy actually does have, I think, a little more debate. We have Richarlison.
Yes, and if you look at the stats, he is very similar to Isak. Very similar. Also, he has 4-star skill moves. He has 5-star weak foot. He's not as tall though. Body type is not as good. But there's one big difference. He's almost 4 times as expensive. Brazilian tax, I'd say. Premier League tax, perhaps as well. But at 600k, when Isak is 140k, we cannot say cop here. I cannot say cop here because that is just way too much. Then I would rather, of course, take Isak and save half mil, who is even better.
Yeah, I don't understand his price tag, because Richarlison I'm an Everton supporter as well, and he doesn't have the prereqs. Richarlison hasn't been great in this FIFA installment, mainly because of his body type. He's really thick. This is a very wide attacking player, and he's got high work rates. When I look at this foot item, I see him more as a center mid, as one of those, maybe if you're playing a narrow formation and you're playing more of an attacking center mid. I think that's his best role. I don't even think as a striker you're going to maximize this guy, because I think you're going to be angry. I frankly think you're going to be a little pissed off with some of the turns, and you're going to realize that you're not going to be able to create space the same way. So I also have him as a drop. We have Kimmich.
Yes.
97.
Joshua Kimmich. This one is really crazy. I mean, the stats as well. And Kimmich, the Team of Tears was also great. He had thoughts as well, of course. But this one has a +1 to the skill moves, which was the only thing lacking to the previous version. And I mean, if you maybe think about doing Matthäus SBC moments, then rethink that. I mean, you gotta get here instead for maybe half the price almost, a player who is way better. Kimmich here is definitely one of the best midfielders in the game. Price tag is of course not cheap, but you're gonna get an end game player who is gonna dominate until FIFA 22, so cop for me.
Yeah, also a cop. The only downfall is that he's a right midfielder.
Yeah, we can change that in game. You can change that.
Yeah, we're on the same page, but I'm saying you still have to get together some of the links, so that might be a challenge for some people. But that's basically the only negative. There's nothing else. So it's a go for me. Next to Kimmich, another player that I think got a massive upgrade that makes a difference in his foot item. We have Modric.
Yes, Luka Modric. The maestro here on the midfield. I think he has the most in-game stats in the game at the moment, at least for a couple of days until Acuna gets that next upgrade. It's a very good item. Also with double 4, he has 91 defending as well. He is a physical item still, despite maybe not being the biggest body type, but still with 90 physicality. Of course, he's gonna have magical dribbling as well. Real Madrid links. Most of us did that. Ramos, that is endgame link. So for me, Modric is just special, and this card is really maximized. So I say cop, even though it's not maybe that cheap. Definitely worth it. Definitely worth it.
Also worth. I think this is just a list that we're going to agree on today. Modric is pretty unbelievable, and this version of him is the first one that's really shown out. He's able to express, but his first touches, his control of the game, how quickly he turns. You want responsiveness, this is going to be your player. Facilitation, passing, vision, it's all there. We'll keep it moving. That's a cop. Finally, an upgraded Kevin De Bruyne that I think people like. It's been very debatable. I know you've not necessarily been on board with his team of the season or his team of the year. How about the summer stars?
This one for me is very difficult. This one compared to the Tots is a big upgrade. Pace is a massive upgrade, defending as well. But then, yes, just as Kimmich, he's right mid/right forward. You can always change that in the game. This one is hard for me, really. It's a 5-star weak foot. The work rates are perfect as well. Price is still okay. I mean, if he was center mid, he would be, I think, at least 1 mil, and you can switch this in a game easily and play him center mid. Modric is cheaper, and I think might be a bit better, but KDB is a good player, really good card, and the price is still acceptable because this is an elite player, really. So I'm gonna say again, cop.
I'm on board with you. We're just gonna agree today. I also, as a cop, obviously moving to a right mid. A lot of people don't even like the wingers that much in the Premier League, so I don't think it's a big deal. Now you have a winger that you like, and you can play him as a center mid or kind of wherever you want. Technically, when you want to use him. The big shift in this foot item compared to any of the other versions is just the pace. The other versions, KDB was too slow, especially for the price tag, and even with the rating, a lot of people were just disappointed. They expected more, and they started moving towards Bruno Fernandes. I think this puts him back into the game. We have the final two. We can probably run them together. We have, of course, Messi and Ronaldo, both 99s. I'll just leave the floor to you. Tell me what you're thinking with Messi and Ronaldo, because people want to see us compare them anyway, so go ahead.
Yeah, these are, well, very boosted items, of course, both 99, and the first 99 items since Pelé moments. They are crazy. I mean, what can we say? If you have the coins, you should get them. Cristiano 99 is going to be pretty much most likely I think the best player in the game. Price is acceptable for a player of this quality. Messi is maybe this year not as meta, even though this one is a big upgrade, still leaves him with double 4. He's going to be amazing, but Cristiano in this game is going to be of course better because he has that excellence, he has the faster skill moves, he has the height. But if you enjoy long shots, if you enjoy some left stick dribbling, then Messi is gonna be that guy. So I'm gonna say for both these, I cop.
both are going to be cops for me. What I would say is that the upgrade from Messi from his previous highest rated foot item is bigger than going up from a 98 with Cristiano Ronaldo. Because Messi got a pace upgrade that's heavy, and he got the strength upgrade, stamina's good. You now have a really fast Messi if you had maybe a 50-50 or attacking space, which has always been a detriment or concern. As quick as his turning was, he was not going to be able to outrun players, especially not as the stamina started to fall apart. So that's my statement there. If you can only afford one, or you already have another striker you really like, I would lean towards Messi, just because this is going to be such a unique experience. It's such a better version from his other high-rated version.
Amazing, amazing, really. And if you have the coins, if you have a limited budget, you should get both simply.
But that wraps up the video. Let us know what you think, of course, in the comments below. I'll also link Ivan's channel as per usual. Are you copying? Are you dropping? Who did you pick up? Where were your disappointments? Where were you happy? And so forth and so on. Thanks again, as always, Ivan, for coming on.
Thank you so much.
I really appreciate your time. It's a nice way for us to kind of catch up as well. But we upload daily. I think both of us are still grinding the game pretty heavy. You're still going daily, right?
Almost daily. Almost. Not every day, but trying.
Correction. Almost daily. As stated, that'll be linked below. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. A lot more content coming ASAP.
Bye-bye. Thank you.